We've got Jim Jeffries standing by. I'm looking forward to this chat, Brandy.
Absolutely.
And here he is. Jim Jeffries, welcome to Brekkie with Vossi and Brandy. It's Matt Russell beside Greg Alexander. How does it feel to be on this great show on your home of sport?
I'm very excited, lads. Very excited. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I can feel the enthusiasm when you went, I'm excited about this chat. And you went, I am too. Oh, you guys seem elated.
He caught me unawares.
You know, I'll be honest.
Normally we can set things up pretty good, Jim, but
you know what, Jim? I'll tell you, I thought we were going
off the bench.
I thought we were going to an ad break, then coming back with you, but you're here now, and we love that. So we are ready to go after a little bit of confusion. Tell us about this television show on Channel 7.
Well, episode 3 is actually airing today, which is Thursday. It's Jim Jeffries and Friends. We've had the first 2 episodes that have been very well received, and a lot of people have been watching them on 7+, so you can catch up on those 2 episodes. They're already out there. It's really just comedians that I admire and comedians who are friends of mine. You know, I handpicked every single act on the bill, and I stand by every choice that I made. Every comic here is a value and is a banger. You're going to watch the show. A lot more edge than we've had in Australian TV in a very long time when it comes to stand-up comedy.
I want to know about your movie, Jim.
You want to know about him?
Your Jordan Peele directed movie. Is it a scary movie?
Jordan Peele produced it. It was directed by Justin Tipping, but it is a scary movie, the Jordan Peele style movie, made by Monkey Paw. It's called Him, and it's Tyreek Withers, Julia Fox, Marlon Wayans, and me. And it's about head injuries and stuff in NFL. It's a sports-related horror film. I can't think of another sports-related horror film, but maybe I'm not the guy to ask. But I play a shady doctor, which I was always going to play a shady something.
Is it a film with a comedic edge, or is this true horror? Because that would be quite a diverse portfolio for you.
It's my first non-comedy. I think I get one laugh in the movie. I ad-libbed a line and I got a little giggle, you know, when I saw it. But no, it's a proper dramatic. Look, drama's not that hard. It's you just, you know, when you're doing comedy, you go try to be as funny as possible. When you're doing drama, try not to be funny. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? Like these actors go on like they're doing something like doing brain surgery. It's pretty simple stuff. You know, if you do badly, you just do the scene again and they give you another go. You know, it's pretty cool. But it is cool to be in a proper like movie that had like a red carpet and a premiere at the Chinese theater in Hollywood and all that type of stuff. It was pretty ace. Yeah, pretty ace.
That's pretty cool.
Between that makes him a very talented individual.
I do stand-up comedy. I do the 1% Club, and I'm a Hollywood movie star. Like, what more could you want from me? I'm doing it all. I'm free for babysitting. I do everything.
Jim, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Sydney, St Ives, Terry Hills area, St Ives Chase up there. Nearest beach was Mona Vale Beach. I know you're a sports show. Travis Bazana, the baseball player, grew up about a mile away from me and went to Turramurra High. And so that's very exciting for me being a baseball fan.
Jim, do you have a rugby league team? And why is it the Penrith Panthers? Because of their 1991 premiership win?
There's only one team, and that's the Perth Bears, mate. I grew up following the North Sydney Bears, and I've been part of a consortium that were trying to get the Bears back into the NRL for a very long time. I put everything I can into it, and then the group of people in Perth took it, right? But I will be their number one fan. I'm signing back on, right? Trying to get the Bears back meant that I got to hang out with Billy Moore and I get to hang out with Greg Florimo. It was like a childhood dream come true. I love the Bears, man. When the Bears were kicked out of the competition, that was me done. I stopped watching the rugby league. I was heartbroken. And I've had friends try to Russell Crowe always tries to give me a Souths hat or a Souths jersey and tries to push me in that direction, but I won't be going there.
You've resisted.
I knew the Bears would be back. The Bears were going to be back. They knew the Bears would be back. I just hope the people of Perth get behind them.
2027. Now we know their number one fan as well, Brandy. We know the positions as they're slowly being filled from chairman to coach to CEO, and now got their number one fan.
Number one ticket holder.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Jim Jeffries. I didn't know that was the positions. It's been a long time since I've watched the game. We used to call them centers and wings and locks and all that type of stuff.
You haven't got any of those positions yet, Jim. None of the playing positions have been filled.
is there anyone who we can actually talk to now about signing over to the team? Is that like a thing that can actually happen now, or is it too far out? Because people's contract would be running out. They'd be
getting close.
November 1.
Getting close, Jim.
November 1.
Yeah. We're just talking baseball. Have you got a team left? Milwaukee, LA Dodgers, Mariners?
I live in Los Angeles. I have been a season ticket holder of the LA Dodgers for years. And I just actually performed a corporate gig for a charity gig for the LA Dodgers, and I got to meet all the Dodgers. It was the first time my 12-year-old son got to actually see me do stand-up because there was some Dodgers there, so I actually took him along to the gig. I've been to 3 World Series since I've been here.
Wow.
They get in the World Series all the time.
Well, they won last year.
I've been to. I've seen us lose game 7s and all sorts, but since Shohei showed up, it's just it's harder and harder to get tickets because the amount of Japanese people visiting is insane to come and see the Dodgers. They're rock stars. They're the Beatles of baseball. It's unbelievable.
Big brand of the Japanese, love their baseball. That makes sense. I want to get a little bit personal, Jim. Now tell me, what does your birth certificate read, and how did we end up with Jim Jeffries?
My birth certificate reads Geoffrey James Nugent. 10 and a half pounds, 6-inch child.
You get very personal.
I love the pause.
So when I first went on stage when I was 17 and I was going to do stand-up comedy, I was Geoffrey with a G, and the comic introduced me as Godfrey Nugent. And from Geoffrey Nugent.
You thought that's got to change.
Please welcome Godfrey Nugent. And I was like, I don't think Godfrey Nugent is a very catchy name. And so I thought the Nugent was hard for people to pronounce, and people would spell it N-E-W and N-E-U and all this type of stuff. So I dropped it down to my middle name. I got rid of my second name and called myself Geoffrey James. And that sounded too much like Jesse James to me. And then I flipped them and Jim Jeffries. And it was just a decision that I made sort of in passing. And then for the rest of my life, you got a different name. So that's how we are. Like I'm sure your birth certificate doesn't say Vossi on it.
Certainly doesn't.
I hope not.
Certainly does not. So absolutely, it doesn't.
Yes. Now, as a 17-year-old comedian, and I look at comedians and think, my God, that is a tough gig. Were you 17 and went, bang, that's it. That's what I'm doing. I'm so confident about succeeding. Or did you waver? Has it been a roller coaster ride?
I did 3 shows when I was 17, and one of them went really well. And then the club owner could tell I was pretty baby faced, could tell that I wasn't old enough. And they asked my ID, and they said, well, you're not allowed in here. You can come back and perform as long as you bring a parent. And so I had lied to my parents, and I it was one of those things in Sydney. I'd crossed the bridge to go over to the Sydney Comedy Store, in Petersham. I'd actually gone across the bridge, right? And so I went back to my dad and I said, "Oh, look, I want to do a bit of stand-up comedy, but you have to come with me." So I came, and it was bucketing down with hail when we went. There was the only comedians were there were the other comedians trying to get on stage. And you had to draw your name out of a hat, and my name got drawn out. And I got up, and I died on my ass, like terribly, like no laughs. You could hear like footsteps, and it was really bad. And I got in the car with me dad, and my dad went, "Oh, I don't think this is for you." And so I did one more set, and that went badly as well. And then I went over and studied and I didn't do comedy again. I went, okay, I can't do that. And then I started studying musical theatre, of all things, at Whopper in Western Australia. And so I was living in Perth, going to university, and we were doing opera and musical theatre. And I was in an opera, and I was meant to be playing a serious role. And every time I came out, people started to laugh. And I thought, maybe I should give the stand-up a go again. And by the time I did it again, I was ready to go. I think I needed those 3 years off to sort of get me feet wet a bit more with the entertainment business. A lot of people, it takes maybe 4 or 5 years before they start getting paid work, because it's just getting used to being on the stage. But once I started up again, I hit the ground running.
From opera to comedy and Jim Jeffries and Friends, Channel 7, every Thursday night, we have a regular text operator, Jim, called The Reptile, who finishes every text with "Get a dog up ya." He says, Jim is one of the funniest guys in the world. Some of the jokes he makes about the Americans are hilarious, full stop, but he can still get a dog up him. So, Jim Jeffries, thanks for joining us on Brekkie with Vossi and Brandy.
I appreciate it, lads. Get a dog up, yeah.
You know, Michael, doctors say a proper breakfast includes eggs, bacon, and breakfast with Vossi and Brandy. So get your daily fix through our socials and listen live on SEN Radio.